isn't it like at 1? I mean, at 0, doesn't the water just become ice?
No. They put salt.
No.
Put salt water in the ice. So salt water freezes lower temperature.
MM Crypto.
I'll send you the link to
register.
register.
Yeah, I think we should do it. I mean, it's outside my house.
As a team, I think it's great.
You have
I
to
don't think I'm
register.
gonna go for the record, but I'm gonna go for a couple minutes again.
Yeah. Sure. I feel, but I must say, I feel like I just woke up, like I was half asleep, and then they hit me across the head. Yeah. Let's wait 2 more minutes, and then we'll get onto the call. I see some people. Let's see how the banter fam, are they with us? Did they survive the FOMC last night? The most boring FOMC in fucking history of FOMCs.
I think it was a success putting it on the other channel though. That's good views.
Very successful.
It got some subs. It was really good.
Very successful. Look, there was nothing to trade. There was nothing happened in the FOMC. So the only thing that actually did happen was a couple of things. Number one, we got probably 1,000, 2,000 new signups on the channel, and these are fresh signups. So that's like very strong. Number two, we saw the newsroom in action. So it didn't work because we had a bit of a problem with the devs, but they're sorting it out. But I saw how powerful that newsroom can be. Like when you start seeing you put the bubbles on a 1 minute time frame or whatever, and then you start watching the news scrolling. It's going to be the most powerful. It's going to be. I mean, I don't have a more powerful tool that gives you fundamentals and price movements on the same screen at the same time. That's it's mental. Which was amazing.
Yeah.
And don't exist in crypto. I don't think. I haven't found it.
Say again?
I haven't found that tool in crypto yet. I haven't seen anything like it, to be honest.
No, there isn't anything like it, and that's why I think we're gonna. Why I think we're gonna rock. We're gonna rock. I'm telling you, we're gonna rock. That's like when hopefully they'll have all the shit fixed today. But when it is, I think it's going to be a very powerful tool. And then listen, I think we found ourselves a new unbelievable research. I don't know if he's on the call, but Chris, thanks, buddy. If he's on the call, if he's not, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, Ren.
Brother, you saved my life last night. You were there. You were sending me all the right information at the right time. It was amazing. It was exactly what I needed. Thank you.
Well done, brother.
The show was doing good. Was really good.
Yeah,
are you joining us? Are you joining us full time? Are you leaving the other
I'm
guys?
talking to him today. He asked for finalizations today, so I'll talk to him today.
Okay, fantastic.
We'll keep in touch. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Tom, I wanted to ask for this cohort for school, have we gone through the period where people sign up their exchange accounts yet?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Okay, that's done, eh?
Yeah, guys. Okay, so a couple of things. Another thing we learned yesterday is, guess who has a plus channel all of a sudden? So, very coincidental.
George. George
very
has coincidental.
No,
very coincidental.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah. Apparently, I mean, I would imagine that the next thing he's going to do is drive to survive. We get to meet just him, though. Like, we're just looking at him.
Man,
Imagine.
Or George Bubble.
What has he started? Crypto's Ass Plus.
Yeah.
Fucking wanker.
No, it's fine. It's good. The more they copy us, actually, the better. The more they copy us, the better. Actually, on that note, I noticed that crypto bubbles started copying our design on bubbles. So like he moved all his buttons to be where our buttons are. So people are like they're starting to copy us. You know what I mean? Which is great for us.
Yeah, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
They're losing steam with the updates that we are bringing on the app. So it's obviously.
Yeah. Look, again, we've got some things to fix. Josh is well aware of it. We're gonna fix it. So we're gonna fix it now, and then hopefully the thing will be much better. Okay, a couple of things. Sheldon, Drive to Survive Sunday. So I don't know. I mean, means Alistair's got today, tomorrow, and tomorrow's a whole day meeting. I wonder if maybe he should be. I mean, he can maybe sit there and edit or be excused, but I think we must launch Drive to Survive on Sunday.
No, he needs to edit, bro. He can't do nothing but edit for the next few days. Like,
but remember, someone needs to film.
No, I got my
someone
other,
needs to film.
No, I got my
someone
other
needs to film the manager meeting.
Don't stress. Yeah.
Okay.
I spoke
I'll have
to
guys
Ali
there.
yesterday. He said that he's only starting the edits on Friday, so he'll probably only post the next episode
No, but
next
I don't
weekend.
think that he knows. No, but that's why I don't think he knows he needs to do it this Sunday. So right now, let's put him fully there, and then let me get. I'll bring another cameraman or two
We
to
can't
come
go-
shoot what we need here.
Yeah, we can't go next Sunday because then it's already too far behind. We're gonna start falling behind on the story. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna be like a month behind in the story. And the problem is the story's got to talk to what's on screen.
Yeah,
as well,
let me talk to Ali. It will definitely
Yeah.
not be next weekend, but let me talk to him. Let me get him going, and then I'll get the other team running this
Yeah.
idea. But I'll be in the office today.
All right, let's go. Remember tomorrow no research.
Why are we
Tomorrow
training? Why are we
straight-
on VMix again? What was the reason last time? I struggled so much. Like I need training there or something because it's so
VMix
different.
VMix looks better. It looks better. It works better. It looks better. James, I see that my Hindi is still not on. Like I looked this morning. I still don't have Hindi on yesterday's show. It's good to hear from James. Always nice to hear from him.
Might still be on the show with Kyle.
Okay. Well, we weren't in Hindi again.
He's Pal's still streaming.
We have to get this Hindi thing. All right, what are we looking at in terms of another thing, guys? Revenue from trading is down bad. Like I saw the numbers last night and I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, don't remind me, bro.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what the story is. So first of all, it's not banter. It's everybody. It's a function of the following. Number one, there's no volatility. There's nothing to trade. Like, I mean, honestly, I've been trying to take trades. There's nothing to trade. Yesterday, I had an account locked and loaded, ready to rock and roll. And Bitcoin moved $2 in the whole FOMC. Like, literally moved $2. Second thing is, those that are taking trades are getting wrecked. So, once they're wrecked, they're out of the casino. They come to the casino with $100 worth of chips. When the $100 worth of chips is finished, they leave and they leave the casino. So they're leaving. That's the problem. So I think just focus on. I think the most important thing is to stay responsible now, and not to fall into casino mindset, because we need a long-term rich community. Let's have a couple of bad months with revenue. I don't give a shit. I would rather have a long-term rich community. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather keep the community safe. So when the bull market comes, we can rip it, and not so when the bull market comes, we've got to re-recruit players, kind of thing. So I know it's tempting. Like I know it's tempting to try and look for action because we're all dopamine addicts. But be responsible. Do things because you really, really, really believe that it's going to be done. Next thing is, so we're now all in on Banter Plus. So please, every single host, go today when you're doing your show, go to Banter Plus. I don't know if you guys watched the FOMC, but I had the counter yesterday on the channel. It makes a huge difference when you watch that counter. It actually, like, people enjoy the numbers rolling up, and then what they do is they subscribe just to see the numbers going up. So that was like, to be honest, that was like the most exciting part of the whole FOMC, was watching the number of subscribers just keep going up. It was like a slot machine. So that's every host should try and achieve that effect, or get people to sign up. That's the only way we're going to launch Banter Plus in the type of market that we're at right now.
So I was watching like the Twitch streamers and stuff like that. You know, like how we have our sponsor things pop up. They have like a thing that pops up with their subscribers, that like tick that you can add on in your shows at different times. Like it's always on the streamers and it's very addictive. Could we do that, or do you have to like go to the YouTube thing?
I don't know. We'll ask Josh. We'll ask James and Josh if they can put like a widget.
Yeah, I'll show them a reference.
We can, but it's sharing another desktop screen, so it uses quite a lot of hardware, and already almost on our limit. But yeah, we can do anything.
Okay, try and do it. Make a little thing that says Banter Plus subscribers. Put it somewhere on the screen, and they tick up while we're watching the show.
Yeah.
Which show? Your show today?
All shows. All shows. Well, yeah, all shows. I mean, you can't do it on StreamYard, right?
Yeah, all shows on VMix.
Yeah. Sheldon, Ali just texted me, said next Sunday. So just maybe have a chat to him. Next Sunday is very late. Very, very late, I think.
I'll talk to you in a few hours. I got it. Yeah, don't stress.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's talk about content today. Sheldy, what are you doing? or what are you thinking? Or don't you know yet?
I'm gonna have to do something Banter Plus because Annie's got my slot. Well, at Annie's slot today, so I'm doing Banter. I'm gonna have to do Banter Plus. Yeah, so I'll just update my trades and just do what I did yesterday.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Very cool. All right, guys. Let's go. Content. What are we seeing? What are we thinking?
What's your overall take on the FOMC from yesterday? Clearly slightly hawkish if you look at the dot plot, but his speech was pretty neutral to kind of dovish, I would have thought. But yeah, like they expected 100 basis points.
What did I say when Gareth came on the show? And what have I been saying for the last 3 months?
That they're going to hike another 25 basis points. So yeah, we got two things yesterday. That they're 12 of the FOMC are expecting one more rate hike this year, and it's gone from 100 points of cuts next year to 50. So there's been a bit of a hawkish turn, obviously sort of expected given the uptick in CPI and PPI for the last 2 months. But yeah, it's sort of just solidified itself. And now talkings of like hard landings and soft landings are coming back. So yeah, I would say it's pretty neutral yesterday. Kind of hawkish at some times, but dovish at other times. It was boring.
Boring,
Super boring.
Nothing bigger of an FOMC. I mean, a lot of people have come out with this, like, oh, there's going to be a recession. Powell sees a recession because he said like one line where he said, I don't remember exactly what the line said, but he said something like, if we can achieve a soft landing or something like that. I don't know exactly how I said it.
Yep.
But I certainly didn't interpret it the way that they interpreted it.
Let's put it this way: I started it with my baby when he was awake, and I finished it, and only one of us was asleep, and it wasn't me.
Yeah, well, when I got home, because I couldn't fall asleep because I'm quite jet lagged up, I just replayed the FOMC press conference in my ear. I was out in like 30 seconds. Yeah. No, boring as fuck. Honestly, boring as fuck. Although I am seeing a lot of talk about a recession, like if everyone's doing recession.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think there will be a recession. And I think if it is, it's going to be very, very short. And to be honest, like, you know, unless the Fed really keep tightening or really keep rates for very long. But I do think rates are going to be high for very long. Like I think we could get a year with no rate cut.
Oh.
Yeah,
that would
wow.
swallow a lot of people and businesses.
Well, yeah, but you know, how many years did we have 0% interest rates for?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Okay, what else is there, guys? What else are we seeing around there in this very exciting market, unbelievable, riveting market?
So I found something that I haven't seen anyone chat about it just yet, which is a Microsoft leak reveals their plans for a new Xbox system. And the reason why that's important is because they're proposing in the new Xbox systems that they're going to be integrating crypto wallets into that. Now, they have like 56 million sales of Xbox yearly up to date, which was June this year of 2023. And 15.6 million of them are active paying in the Play Store for online gaming. So for integration of crypto wallets into that system, I think is fairly large in onboarding gaming.
Speaking of onboarding, not gaming, but yesterday there was that PayPal Venmo announcement. I think that's huge, absolutely massive, especially for Americans.
Well, it's just PYUSD into PayPal, into Venmo, right? They just extended it to Venmo. They didn't launch it on PayPal yesterday, did they?
Yeah, it's just the integration. That's it for Venmo users.
For Venmo users, so it's just. I mean, it was expected. It was they did when they announced Yeah. Sorry, you guys.
Yeah, it's just an integration into Venmo. That's all it is.
Yeah, that doesn't. I mean, that's not exciting.
The other thing I see, Ben Cowan tweeted yesterday. So we were talking about your September prediction being green and all this sort of stuff. And he tweeted this morning saying, or last night saying, in 2019, after 20 days, September BTC was up 6%. By the end of the month, it was down nearly 4%. In 2023, after 20 days, BTC is up 5% to wake me up when September ends. So
he has done it multiple times, right? This month, wake me up when September ends.
Yeah, look, we don't know if he's going to be right or wrong, but he's pushing for this narrative that September ends very poorly.
And it's really bold because you only got 10 days left. So 9 days. But we also saw Apple. Apple may be coming up with a stock trading platform in the products. So that's a good one. And in the morning, we saw X, Twitter, coming up with video and audio calls as well as payments. So there was a tease. There is no direct tease, but indirectly we can see that payment's going to come soon. So these two things are good. I'm not sure about the Microsoft one. If the source is good, then we can add that into this whole section of.
The interesting thing about it was that in March 27th of 2020, so they've already been obviously going for it. They filed for a patent for crypto mining systems as well. Look, usually because like Microsoft and Sony, obviously with Xbox and PS5 are always like neck and neck with one another. If one of them is going after crypto integration into their app stores and their gaming profile, then the other is going to be going for it as well. So I've got all the data and stuff and articles here, so I'll send them over.
Yeah, it's
perfect. Yeah. But apart from that, the big thing here is House Financial Services Committee. So they passed a bill for from not creating a CBDC. So they're saying that they should not, the Fed should not, the central bank should not create the CBDC.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't. That's the bill.
And is that McHenry's bill?
What's that? Sorry.
Is that the Patrick McHenry bill? What's his name? Patrick McHenry. I think he's the guy behind that.
So. Wait,
Tom
I'm
Emmers?
just reading into it now.
Tom Emmers, right?
Oh, could be his.
Yeah, and the opposition has said that it will keep the United States behind other countries. We are not sure why opposition is doing this and all of that. So what the opposition is saying is that we should take CBDCs and put them in the same basket as crypto. Simple.
Okay. Nice.
Speaking of Patrick McHenry, so there's going to be a hearing for Gary Gensler at the House of Financial Service next Wednesday. Why I think this is important is because if you remember the last time Patrick McHenry grilling Gary Gensler, in front of the whole world.
Yep.
So that next Wednesday it's gonna be super interesting at the House of the Financial Services.
He also came out with a super weird comment yesterday. Did anyone see that? Something like government fools, SEC oversight won't matter or something like that. I'm not in front of the quote.
McHenry said that?
No, Gensler.
Oh,
because the hearing is about SEC. The topic of the hearing is SEC oversight.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Are we talking about the Gensler's video that was posted yesterday on Bloomberg?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's a good one as well. I'm not sure how it came out of nowhere, and he's talking about crypto. He's saying that it's full of scams.
I've got it here.
And
He said SEC oversight would be limited in government shutdown.
Yeah,
and everyone was taking to Twitter over it, saying the jokes write themselves.
So it came out of nowhere, this video on Bloomberg.
Okay, fair. The other thing, I don't know if you guys saw it, you probably did. There's this thing called Post-Tech, which of course is a derivative of Friend-Tech on Arbitrum now. It's like this. Yeah. You could call it a competitor. It pretty much got spun out of nowhere though.
Just downloaded it. It's actually, the UX is so nice. It's like
yeah.
Twitter,
So
basically.
I'm feeling a little.
Should I make an account?
Euphoric on it.
Is it going to be free money?
It's tough because they've added all these different things in that you're able to earn points by tweeting and replying and stuff. It looks exactly like Twitter when you're actually on the UX. But yeah, when I put it in yesterday, I I was a little bit scared at the start because I was like, okay, this is kind of weird, but it's way easier to onboard. You just open the site, you transfer anything to it, and it's Arbitrum as well. Transactions are quick, they go through. It was so buggy yesterday, but the TVL is only 500k, so I'm gonna say you're early, but just not like very early. The only thing I don't like about these things is it's exactly like Unibot and all these sort of things. Friendtech will probably still win and continue to win. This will have a shorter lifespan. But like there's some opportunity here. I felt a bit euphoric. I bought like this guy called IM4X. He was a guy on Friendtech that basically he created a bot and he sniped all of these account launches and he would revenue share all of the profit that he would made with his key holders. So I bought like them for like 54 and I woke up and they're like 640. So like you've missed the boat on a good few, but there's a few, like there's people here that are saying this guy's involved with the team and stuff. So you're still relatively
What's the play? What's the play? What's the play?
Like, so remember we used by like the CEO and stuff, not the CEO, sorry, the founder of Friendtech and stuff, like Size Chat, you know that guy, he's the Arbitrum guy.
Yeah.
He's in touch with the team and stuff. So like his shares are now worth $1,000. So like they're getting up there. So it's more so just trying to onboard as many people as you can. I just look at it as TVL. It's still 500k only on the platform. So it's still in its early days. Friendtech at 30 million. So
worth looking at. Also, listen, Friendtech is not a very user-friendly app. That's the problem.
No, and this wasn't, and it still isn't, but it just looks and feels like Twitter. It is Twitter basically. They've completely, and it's on the web app. And
is it an app? Is it an app or a web app?
It's a
web app,
which
is
app.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's of course Friendtech then launched that you're able to actually use Friendtech on the desktop now. It's not just phone last night. So they saw these guys and said, oh god, we need to, but it's on Arbitrum, so it's quick and fast, and transactions are. It's just an easier onboarding.
It's the UX is just so much better.
Yep.
Than Friendtech.
And you can tweet and you can do everything. So I don't know, just have a play around with it. Of course, it's invite codes. I think I've used my 3, but there's more everywhere. But it's very interesting.
Okay, I'll definitely play with it. Cool. What else is there, guys? What else are we looking at on these? I mean, the markets look so exciting today. I woke up this morning, couldn't wait to do a show. And
we got the that was actually interesting. The Mt. Gox delay.
Oh yeah, the delay. Mt. Gox coins delayed. Yeah. So 20.
These things. This is going to be delayed for years. Why do they keep delaying it?
Make money. like to make money. Longer delay, longer money.
Yeah, someone said they gambled all the money and lost it. Also, they're just trying to dig out the hole. But
can't they see their wallet on?
Yeah,
on that wonderful Arkham tool.
But
I'm playing. I'm calling Barbara.
I also see those the Bitboy document were dropped. Some of them. He filed for a restraining order against Hit Network, and I think the court denied it and all this sort of stuff. So, yeah, it's getting messy as hell. Plus, he's got 100k donated, so he's doing okay.
He's doing okay, but I mean, he did a stream yesterday. He didn't even know how to use the camera. He's like, is the camera working now? Is the camera working now?
Yep, not ideal.
Embarrassing. The fall from grace, when you're in the studio, you got 5 camera people, studio mixers, and then you have to go into your house with a webcam begging for money to do streaming. I mean, it's not. That's not nice. To me, is not nice. Really not.
I just don't understand how he made like around $35 million or something, and he was flaunting about that, and now he's surprisingly suddenly he's broke. Like, how does that happen like overnight? Like that's pretty much in a year or year and a half.
I'll tell you, it's very simple. Making money, a lot of people will make money in their lives. But if you make your money too quickly without the right systems and processes and foundations in place, you will lose it. That's why most footballers, most actors, not most, but lots of footballers, lots of actors actually land up broke at one stage of their lives.
Yeah, I've seen that with basketball players. They just go broke. Yeah.
I learned that lesson the first year at Banter. I started buying Pradas and flying business class, and everything is going
Miles,
crazy.
do you remember?
But I
Do you
learned that
remember what
pretty
I said
early,
to you? Do
which
you
is
remember
good.
what I said to you? Remember what I said to you when you were doing that? I said,
What-
don't do it. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
you told me
Easy,
not
easy
to. I was
money.
like, no, I'm fine, bro. I'm fine, bro.
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm lucky,
here's
but I
a
learned it
realization
early.
to you. Here's a realization. If this bear market is anything like the 2018, 2019 bear market, we have another year.
Another year of economy.
No, another year, another year. And you know what the problem is? You know what the problem is with the next year? Is that the pot gets boiled slowly. So, like, it's like the pot's just going to go up one notch every month. It's going to get, like, your trading revenue is going to drop by 10%, 20, 30% a month. And then the sponsors are going to drop revenue. And then, like, you got to pack your bags for proper marathon, because you don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't know. You got to make sure that you've got reserves. You don't know. This could be another year. This could be another year. Then we screwed.
Yeah.
What do we do?
100%.
Fred said what the other day? Fred said 3 years. What did Fred say?
You kind of scared the shit out of me.
No, I said, what if there was a tweet? What if they call it the decade of what?
The lost
term
decade.
The lost decade, like
the-
Japan.
Yeah.
So what I said
was
was,
Alex
so
Beckman.
I don't expect. No, but he's referring to that not Bill Miller, but the other guy, that OG fucking investor. And I said, well, how would we survive this? Like, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but like an honest question, like how we have to be built to survive this.
Our cost base is very, very low. Our cost base is tiny, and we'll just reduce the cost base a bit. It's very easy.
Yeah, I just think in an industry where people, the money's made on speculating, and there's not a market really to speculate on, and things are bleeding out left, right, and center, and in every revenue stream, I think I wouldn't say it's easy.
Yeah, I know it's not going to be easy.
I think we have to build to be
part of our discussion. Part of our discussion on Friday is going to be around that, and it's going to be around like we've got to make sure that everything we're doing is getting ROI, and if not, then it's got to be gone, finished. There's no more messing around. You're either getting ROI or kill it.
Agreed.
Yeah. You know, I always tell the story because I think it's the best story about business and leadership. But I always tell the story, but I'll tell it again for those who haven't had the benefit of it. When they went out to conquer the South Pole, in other words, when no one had ever been to the South Pole, and two teams went out to get to the South Pole. The team that won, the team that actually got to the South Pole and made it back, went with dogs, because dogs. The reason I went with dogs and not with horses, like the other team, like the British team, is because horses sweat. And because horses sweat, they froze and they died. So these guys went with dogs. That's why dogs are so good in snow. That's why I use huskies, because dogs don't sweat because they sweat through their tongues. They ventilate through their tongues. So they use dogs. Now the plan was, because it's like a long mission to get to the South Pole, and you have to walk back to your ship, which is a long way away from the South Pole. And you can die on the way there, and you can die on the way back. And so you don't have space to carry. You don't have space to carry food and supplies with you. You got to plan it like to the T. You know what I mean? Like you got to plan like on day 1 I'm going to eat this, on day 2 I'm going to eat this, on day 3. And actually, the most efficient plan was they had these dogs which carried them on these sledges and carried all their food and supplies. And they had these dogs, and when they got to, and remember, like it took them like 3 months to get from the ship to the South Pole. And they all built relationships with the dogs. But when they got to the South Pole, the plan was that they had to kill the dogs and eat them. That was the only way they could get back. And so, like, that's the mentality is that the mentality is like the best businesses in the world are willing to eat the dogs. That's like the mindset. The mindset is, like we love our people, they're part of the family, we'll do anything to keep them. But the reality is, if you want your business to survive, at some point you got to eat the dogs. You got to have the conviction to say, doesn't give me ROI, kill the dog, eat it, get out of the business, and at least you'll make it back to the ship.
Yep.
That's how brutal you have to be when you businesses. And I sent you guys this thing on the management group yesterday. I don't know if you guys had a minute to listen to it, but it was how Elon Musk, when he walked into Twitter, the guy talks, Walter Isaacson talks about Elon Musk's hiring and firing policies, and he says Elon Musk's firing policy is actually to fire 20% more staff than need to be fired. So like you walk in there, you fire like everyone and 20% more, and then you scramble to hire back the 20%. So it's like you'd rather over destroy and then like quickly fill up the bucket again, then slowly cut. So that's how the best businesses in the world do it. And I'm not saying we're going to do it, because I think we are quite a lean, mean operating machine. But I mean, it is like, that's the attitude. The attitude is, you want to survive a bear market, you got to make sure that you've got that's your mindset.
Yeah.
So Ran, yesterday in yesterday's show, you said that you're going to be covering Eclipse in today's show. So if you are going to be covering Eclipse in today's show, something you can add to that is MakerDAO's founder, like the OG MakerDAO's founder, Rune Christensen. Yeah, he actually came out with a post like a few weeks back of forking Solana using Solana's SVM engine to create a new chain, which is literally called New Chain. So this got actually a lot of Ethereum community riled up, and they were like all, going against him, and they were like shitting on him but this is actually like a validation of the SVM execution engine technology, now that the FTX, SPF, and all that cloud is off of the Solana.
When does Eclipse launch?
Eclipse mainnet will be happening within few weeks. That's what the founder said in the interviews. And
how much money did they raise? What was the last valuation?
I don't know actually. I'll dig into that, but I'm gone to that. It isn't much. It isn't significant. They're starting really slow. It's really early right now. They're just going on mainnet, and they're more looking to bring about deep in use cases. Like for example, like Solana has Helium and HiveMapper. They're looking at they're looking at a dApp called Daylight. So what Daylight does is decentralizing the power generation through solar power. They're looking into that, supplying batteries and solar panels. So he's more interested in real world use cases than just the regular DEXs and all this stuff in there. So basically the point here is the SVM engine is actually getting a lot of validation, not only from the Solana community, but also from the Ethereum community. Everybody accepts that the tech stack is great. So now we will probably see a lot of SVM based chains coming up, because these are faster, cheaper, you can implement localized fee markets. That means there is a hotspot of end network activity going on somewhere within the chain. The fee is not going to go up with the implementation of SVM, unlike the EVM where everything just goes up. So that's an angle you could add maybe.
Nice.
Okay, interesting.
You tweeted about the Russell Brand thing this morning, man. I don't know much about it. But
it really upsets me. Fuck, it really upsets me what's going on. I mean, it's upsetting that they'll just cancel you. If you disagree with them, they'll make sure you get cancelled.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't been proven guilty or anything.
Doesn't it concern you that we operate on a platform that's just outright fucking banned him without any proof?
Yeah, of course. Of course. It means that if you're big, you better do what the establishment wants you to do.
Ran, have you been noticing the tensions which is happening between India and Canada?
Yes, they banned what did they ban today?
They banned Canadian visas for
Canadians to enter into India. And you know why this is interesting is because my wife's going to be traveling next month to Canada. I don't know if she's going to be making it. So it's
crazy.
Yeah, apparently Indian spies killed a Khalistani leader in Vancouver. And Canadian government has the evidence for it, but the Indian government is denying any wrongdoings on Canadian lands.
I don't know what else there is. Obviously, IMX is pumping because there was a update list or one of the green exchanges. Obviously, TWF are also moving IMX tokens around after the listing, so there's just a lot of hype around IMX today.
Is it worth? Is it worth selling the IMX?
Well, it's at 70 cents. It's at a pretty big resistance here. It was at like 50 cents a couple of days ago. Now it's at 70. So if you want to offload a bit, probably not worth.
Joe, there is another thing which came up. So Australian regulators have basically sued Kraken's partner BitTrade for margin products yesterday. And other than that, Ran, you were talking about how the volume is really low and the trading is not, giving money to anyone, not only Banter, but anyone, right? And there we've got two charts. Yesterday you talked about Binance's volume. Now we've got a chart for DEX. So all the decentralized exchanges monthly volume is less than 2021 levels right now. So it's the lowest since 2021. And Bitcoin on exchanges is the lowest in 6 years. So we can connect those and talk about that as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have a decent idea of how to sort this out on our channel. So when we were in actually I don't actually know if I want to reveal this on a public medium, to be honest. I'll tell you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll probably do it tomorrow, bro. Do it tomorrow.
I don't know. This is, problem is we just spoke about Banter Plus, and the next day, someone went and created a plus. You know what I mean? Just people are listening.
Snakes in the grass. Snakes in the fucking grass.
Yeah, people are paying attention. But don't worry, I've got a good plan. I've got a very good plan. Don't worry. I've got a good plan. We also have a very good plan about what Miles is going to be doing next. It's actually all credit to Sheldon. Miles, 100% of that idea comes from Sheldon.
No, we got a plan. I think, Miles, we got a root for you. I think you're gonna love it.
No, he knows. I spoke to him. I spoke to Miles yesterday. He knows that.
Amazing.
Guys, 5 minutes till the Twitter space.
All right, guys. There's no more water in this lemon. We will speak to you guys later. Josh, fix the newsroom, bro. I want it live on my show.
Yes, sir.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, see you later, guys.
All right, bye.
Cheers.